And most of you are thinking, this is going to be another maple syrup video, but this is a black walnut tree. And I tapped it, and we're going to try and make some syrup out of it.
Now you don't need anything special to do this. In the past, I've used pieces of pipe instead of these plastic taps, but these plastic taps are extremely cheap on Amazon or your local home hardware if you live in Canada. I've tapped about 10 trees in this location, and right now it's mid-March, so the temperatures where I am in the Niagara region are below freezing at night and above freezing during the day. I find these black walnut trees produce a lot less sap than maple trees would. I've also noticed that the amount of sap that you collect per tree varies quite a bit, with some trees producing a ton and some trees producing almost none. Since I'm using buckets to collect the sap, leaves, bark, and insects always find a way to get in, and I pre-filter all my sap through a cheesecloth before I start boiling. And this just helps the work on the later portion of the process. I don't know if it's my particular area, but when I tap these black walnut trees, I get a ton of ants. It might just be the forest I'm located in, but I've never experienced that with maple sap before. And I might be the cheapest person in the world on firewood.
From the 10 trees we tapped, we got about 30 liters of sap. If these were maple trees, I would expect to boil it down and get about half a liter of syrup, but we don't really know what we're gonna get out of this. It should be about the same, but we'll keep an eye on it, boil it outside so we don't steam up the house too bad, and finish it on the stove inside. But for now, we're just gonna keep the fire stoked.
Once most of the water is boiled off and it starts looking a deep amber color like syrup would, I filter it through a cheesecloth into a pot and I bring that inside. This way I don't steam up my house too much and I'm only doing a little bit of boiling inside. While there's nothing stopping you from boiling all your sap inside start to finish, I find that it makes my house very humid and water will start dripping down the walls. During the primary boil, these black walnut trees produce a lot of this gummy substance. It's sort of like a jelly, and I think it's all the coagulated proteins from the sap. It's completely fine, but very weird to see in the filter. Now, just like with maple syrup, we have to get it to the right sugar content so it's shelf stable and tastes good. I found the easiest way is to boil it until it's 219 degrees Fahrenheit. You can buy hydrometers to measure the density of the syrup and therefore the sugar content, but I find that this is the most universally available way to do it. And just as predicted, we got about half a liter of syrup from those 30 liters of black walnut sap, right on par with what we'd expect from maple tree sap. Now the true test is what it tastes like, and no better way to do that than with some pancakes. Now, while my cooking skills aren't amazing, this black walnut syrup truly is. It's very similar to maple syrup, but it tastes more like caramel and has a very unique, buttery flavor. It's definitely worth a try if you can get your hands on it.